All right, we're gonna call this little segment Story Time with the Dude. And I feel like it's great timing because today's October 11th and my 25th fight in the UFC is coming up exactly 30 days from today, November 11th, which is Veterans Day, and all those military and all the troops that make it possible for us. Not to mention, October 14th, this Saturday, marks 11 years that I've been in the UFC and had more support from family, friends, fans than I can ever imagine and be thankful for. So, this story dates back to around July, the summer of 2003. And I'm gonna fast forward to last weekend at Austin City Limits Music Festival, ACL, for all you festival goers, rock and rollers. One of the biggest festivals and one of my favorite bands of all time, who I have not been able to see. And a lot of you guys know how passionate I am about my music and going to these shows and getting lucky enough to meet some of these amazing musicians who I look up to. Anyway, we were fortunate enough to be welcomed backstage or side stage, whatever you want to call it, with the Red Hot Chili Peppers during their set. And it was absolutely incredible, even better than I had hoped, because these guys really bring the energy. Their stage presence is second to none. Anthony Kiedis is a huge fight fan, and he's even more intense on stage, along with one of my all-time favorite musicians and best bassist, top 5 ever, I think, in Flea. Not only because he's so awesome on his bass guitar, but he's also in my all-time favorite movie, The Big Lebowski. He's one of the nihilists, and he's got some amazing parts in that movie. So anyway, back to where I started. We get to go backstage after the show's over. We get to go hang out by the trailers where their family and friends and VIP members, whatever you want to call them, get to hang out, have drinks with them, have dinner. And you got to remember, these guys just came off stage. They're sweaty. They're on a whole nother level of intensity. And then they get swamped by all these fans and all these people after, and they probably just want to shower up and relax. So Anthony Kiedis comes out, and I'm with the Max Effort Mafia. I'm there with Coach Dustin Myers, Corey Gregory, Jacob Pontius, and a few of the other Max Effort crew members took off already. Travis Bound, Ronda Rousey, Fosco gave us their passes to go hang out with them, and they were out checking out other music. So I'm hanging there talking with Anthony Kiedis. First thing he says, comes up to me, says, "Clay, please don't tell me the results of the fights tonight," because it was the pay-per-view where Demetrius Johnson defended his belt for a record 11th time. And I told him, "Hey man, I was watching you guys, I didn't see the fights, I don't know any results." So we get to talking, and out of one of the trailers comes Flea in his baby blue Fruit of the Looms underwear, and I start cracking up because that's exactly how I pictured it. And so Flea comes walking out of the trailer in his baby blue Fruit of the Looms, soaked in sweat, heading to go take a shower. And I just can't contain myself. I start cracking up while Anthony Kiedis is talking to me about MMA, about music, you know. And anyway, 5 minutes later, guess who comes walking back? And nothing but a towel. Our boy Flea. And for all you Lebowski fanatics out there, Flea from Autobahn or Nagelbet, that was the album in The Big Lebowski. So he just comes cruising back through. There's probably 50 strangers there sitting there eating, and he's just cruising through in a towel without a worry in the world. So they put clothes on, and they invite us to come have dinner with them in one of the big trailers, whatever. All gourmet catered food, pretty awesome. Hanging out. Flea coming up to the little catering thing to get some food, and I gotta drop some Lebowski knowledge on him, some Lebowski quotes. All right, so we're sitting there in the trailer with the band, all the catered gourmet food you can imagine. We're in Texas, so obviously they got the ribs, they got tacos, they got pastas, and it's incredible. And we're just in anticipation of getting to hang with the band. So we're there, the Max Effort crew is hanging out, and my guy Flea walks up to the first catering bin, opens it up, and some ribs, and his eyes light up. And I'm a Lebowski sicko, so I gotta drop some Lebowski quotes on him, some knowledge, and right away his head pops up and he starts laughing, man. And me and Coach Dustin Myers are sitting there just talking, laughing, and he was so amazed because about the Coen brothers, who produced so many great films, but to me, The Big Lebowski being the best. And he just said how they were awesome, and I was just obviously so amazed by his stage presence, but just how cool he was in a regular dude off the stage, telling us about different life experiences, how he grew up, how he got into starting playing, music, and he's a troublesome kid. But we started talking MMA, and he asked how I got into it, and it was kind of a quick, funny story. I'll try to keep it short. Hold on, so I don't get hit crossing this intersection. All right, so the story dates back to, once again, summer, July 2003, Central Illinois. I'm actually still living, working on a huge fishing boat out in the Bering Sea. So yeah, I gotta rewind a little bit. I'd been doing this job for, 4, 5, 6 months, signed a couple of 2-3 month contracts with the Fishing Company of Alaska. And obviously we have no phone service out there. So my mom and dad are writing me letters, and I get one that says, hey, your older brother Jason, who I grew up learning to wrestle from him, learning to play all sports, football, baseball, everything. And they tell me your brother Jason's doing this NHB, which at the time stood. So back to what I was saying. NHB at the time was another word or abbreviation for no holds barred, which was an abbreviation for mixed martial arts. And they told me my brother was doing it, and I just kind of laughed. I'm like, of course, Jay, he's crazy ass. Gonna try something wild like that. Wrestled in college. He wrestled Brock Lesnar back in the day, so why wouldn't he go get in a ring or a cage? So I come back for the summer to watch my brother make his professional NHB MMA debut against like a UFC 4 or 6 vet. I can't remember. Adrian Serrano. Tough ass son of a gun. Stocky dude from Milwaukee, Wisconsin area. Me and my buddies are cruising in their truck to Central Illinois to a place called the Silver Slipper in Ottawa, Illinois, which I'll give you one guess on the Silver Slipper. Just by the name, you should be able to try to kind of figure it out. Yes, it's a gentleman's cabaret in the middle of nowhere. And we're fighting outside in the ring next to the cabaret. So I'm having a couple of road sodas. I'm not driving. My buddy driving is not drinking. Just me and a buddy in the back seat, getting ready to go see my brother kick some ass in his no holds barred debut. We get there. We pay our $12 admission fee. We walk in and we see the ring girls dressed like they belong at the Silver Slipper, holding the ring cards over the head, walking around. And we were like, yeah, this is gonna be awesome. Moments later, over the loudspeaker, megaphone, we hear a guy get on, says, yeah, we need a fill-in fight. Someone dropped out. Anyone about 105, 155, 160 pounds. If you got fighting experience, cool. If not, no big deal. Just an exhibition fight. So, you're damn right. I pounded my beer, tossed it into the garbage can, handed my admission ticket to my buddies, and I told them I'm doing this. And they looked at me and thought I was crazy, but they knew I was gonna go for it anyway. So first thing, I go up to the promoter, tell him, yo man, I'm the guy. I wrestled in college. I can do this shit, no big deal. Piece of cake, I can fight. And he goes, sure thing, son. And this was Phil Johns. He also fought in the UFC back in the day. A little wrestling takedown machine. So then I got to convince my brother Jason that I'm going to jump in and do this. And my brother is already nervous because he's got the biggest fight of his life coming up. A ton of people there to see him. And his little idiot brother thinks he's tough enough or good enough to go out there and fight with no training except a wrestling background. And the first thing he says is, hell no, Clay, you ain't getting in there. I'm not gonna watch you get beat up. This stuff's no joke. It's not wrestling. You get punched in the face, kicked in the head, choked out, whatever. And I wasn't trying to hear none of it. I'm like, whatever, Jay. You're not into it? I'll go talk to your coaches and your team. So I go over to Gilbert Grappling, Joey Gilbert, Danny Gilbert, Tommy Lee, Jay Buck, John Gorecki, some of the baddest dudes on the planet, the toughest dudes in Illinois, best wrestlers, best MMA fighters in Illinois at the time. That's who my brother was training with. I go, hey guys, I'm Clay. They had never met me, but they only heard about me living on a fishing boat in Alaska, so they probably already thought I was mental. I tell them, hey, there's an exhibition fight just opened up. I'm the guy, put me in there, let's go. I don't care what this dude's name is, what his record is, I don't care. He didn't wrestle a junior college like me, you know? I was full of piss and vinegar, I was ready to go. They shot me down, so I went right back and went to my old man. My dad was there. I told him, Dad, come on, talk Jay into letting me fight. Talk Gilbert Grappling, the coaches, the teammates, into letting me fight. And he goes, all right, dummy. You need your ass kicked anyway. It'd probably be the best thing for you. I thought I was invincible. I was 22 years old. My old man was right. We finally begged and pleaded enough. Talked to my brother, talked to the team, and these guys probably just got sick of hearing me yap and beg. So they said, all right, let's test this kid out, see what he's made of. They agreed to it. 30 minutes later, I'm in the ring, and I look like a dumber version of the Ultimate Warrior. I got my long hair. I'm wearing a bandana. I got the old school K.O. Sanderson red, white, and blue American flag wrestling shoes on. I'm wearing armbands, wristbands, like a pro skater. And I had a couple bandanas tied around my knee like I was Frank Dukes in Bloodsport. It was hilarious. And I go out there and I'm in a wrestling stance because that's all I know. And they put me in there against this guy who's 8-0, amateur pro, I don't know, but either way, He had way more fights than me. Probably had some skills. The state of Illinois shouldn't even have sanctioned it, but whatever. It probably didn't have a sanctioning body or a commission back then. So we get in there, and I'm literally in a wrestling stance, and this dude's standing straight up like a striker. We come out, and I always wanted to kick somebody because I wanted to be a ninja too growing up. So I leg kicked this guy, and I kind of started laughing. I was like, oh man, it worked. This stuff's too easy. I got this. So we kind of start cruising around the ring. I don't know what to do except stay in my stance. And the dude swift kick, high kicks me right in the teeth. Right in the mouth right here. Just below my nose. And I'm like, oh man, I do that, I grab my face, thinking my teeth are knocked out. I was like, oh boy, all right, this is no joke. This stuff's real. My mouth is numb for like 3-4 days after that. So instinct set in. I shoot, blast, double leg this guy, because that's all I know is wrestling. Take him down off the ropes. He almost goes right through the ropes. In the meantime, guys, I'm telling Flea, the bassist from Red Hot Chili Peppers, one of the greatest of all time, and this dude's hanging on every single word, like laughing, trying to eat at the same time, but he's just like, eyes are wide open. He's like, this kid's out of his mind. So anyway, take the dude down, jump up, try to start ground and pounding him. Probably look terrible, sloppy. I don't know jiu-jitsu. Next thing you know, the guy sweeps me. In layman's terms, he rolls me over. And every wrestler knows you stay on all fours, which is the referee's position. And every jiu-jitsu player knows you go to your back so you don't get choked out. So I'm on all fours doing my wrestling thing, trying to fight the hands, and I'm in the corner. I look over in the corner right in front of me is Joey Gilbert, Danny Gilbert grappling guys, John Garecki yelling, go to your back, roll over. And I'm thinking, why the heck do they want me to do that? Well, once the guy sunk in the rear naked choke, tapped me out, then I knew why. So, jumped up, man. I knew I didn't get my hand raised, but it was so much fun. I never felt anything like that since college wrestling. I got that adrenaline rush. I got that buzz. I got that competitive edge, that competitive feeling like I hadn't had in a while. And from that day forward, my brother and I started training every day, driving an hour and a half to 2 hours in traffic in the Chicagoland area from northern Illinois to south of Chicago. And that is how I accidentally got my start in mixed martial arts. After that, Flea was just like, what is wrong with this kid? And we had a couple of good stories after that, but it was just cool to be there with the Max Effort guys and some of my all-time favorite bands and kind of give them a little insight on where my career started, how it started, and why I'm so thankful to be around people that started from the bottom, like Anthony Kiedis, like Flea, probably like their entire band. And it just shows you that you guys can do anything, put your mind to it, you work hard, and don't take no for an answer. So that is my segment with the dude. Have fun. Peace out.